Hot chocolate. That's what I wanted. Not the sexual act, but the drink that makes you feel nice. Turning my face away from the work I wasn't doing, I waddled my lard arse through to the cafeteria. As usual, there was no queue, thanks to the limited offering of poor quality filth served up by the counter swine. Yet, despite the lack of customers, I found myself enjoying a 5-minute wait whilst the rotten serving hag chatted to her repugnant companion. Having exhausted their menial topic of conversation, I was finally permitted to place my order. "I'll have a hot chocolate, please," I said, bristling with annoyance. She looked me up and down and replied,
"Would you like anything special with that, love? Cream or anything?"
I shuddered. "No thanks," I answered, maintaining the charade of politeness. Rat Woman then slumped into the familiar stance of the bottom feeder, squeezing out my beverage with less care than she could muster for her own offspring. And unless my ears deceived me, she even sneaked off a small trump for good measure. Trying not to vomit, I turned to gaze across the sparsely populated internet-based eatery. These days it seemed that coffee was naturally accompanied by Google, and that cheese sandwiches now arrived with a side of women's accident videos. If a keyboard wasn't covered in crumbs, it was in the wrong environment. In my environment, I could hear behind me the snorts of the coffee goblin, huffing and puffing as it pressed the button on the machine that did her job for her. Deliberately diverting my concentration elsewhere, I focused in on a lone female browsing the web. She was tanned and trim, and I imagined myself back at her place updating her status. She looked up, as if to acknowledge my desires, then returned to her online activities as a slight shiver ran through my balls. This was followed by a serious shudder screaming through my back as the freakish hound behind me finished my hot chocolate.
"Here you go. That'll be £1.85, love."
Good Lord, I thought. At least it'll be over soon. And I dipped into my pocket to produce my wallet. Opening up the fine leather, I was, however, shocked to discover that I had lost a fucking tenner. A £10 note in Queen's sterling, gone like Patrick Swayze. I frantically searched my pockets, but to no avail. Sheepishly, I looked up at the ogre guarding my beverage. "I'm sorry," I began. "I seem to have misplaced my money. I'll just nip to the cash machine quickly."
"Wait!"
she barked, grabbing me by the lapels with her massive iron palms.
"You're not going anywhere. You're going to pay. Right now."
And she dragged my helpless man's body across the counter and raped me in the arsehole with her cock. After that, I didn't much feel like hot chocolate, but in the interests of maintaining the charade of politeness, I drank it. However, between the pain in my arsehole and losing a tenner, I certainly didn't enjoy it. The end.